Ok, igual les voy a...
Me
¡Ay,
falta-
pero Nicolás,
Sí,
la Gaby!
sí.
Ah, bueno.
Ah, ¿ten el libro ahí a mano?
Tengo el libro y imprimí la guía.
Ya, bien. Ok, Gabriela, hello. Hello, Gabriela.
Hi.
Te escuché lejos. Hello. Y Fernanda.
What about now?
I know, yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, so we are going to start our session today, and Fernanda is telling me that we have some little things pending in the book on page 59. We're going to finish with that, and then we start our guía, all right? So it says there is exercise number 8. The exercise 8, you see, on page
What page? I'm sorry.
59, that corresponds to the progress test 3. Okay, so we are going to finish right now. Yeah, so I think we did exercise 7 yesterday, and we have 8. I don't know if we did 8. I guess no. Me parece que el 8 lo dejamos pendiente. 8 and 9. 8 and
Yes.
9.
Didn't do that.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, 8. So we're going to check immediately 8. Okay, let's start doing it because we have to start the guía. And it says, look at the pairs of sentences about unusual schools and complete the second sentence so it means the same as the first and use no more than 3 words. Yeah, all right. For example, let's go with the first. I'm going to help you with the first. It says students at mountain schools spend more time skiing than studying traditional subjects. At mountain schools, yeah. Now this is the second sentence. At mountain schools, comma, students don't spend as much time studying traditional subjects as they do skiing. Yeah. So here they're using as much time studying traditional subjects as they do skiing. All right. Are you listening to me or no?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
All right, number 2. Number 2 says, in forest schools, the children have such a lot of fun learning outside. Now, the same thing, but we are going to use other words. In forest schools, the children have learning outside. Okay, in forest schools, the children have so, what?
Much.
Yeah, much fun. Okay, much is uncountable. That's why we use much. So much fun learning outside. All right. In number 3, last year, students at Space Camp Summer School, and sorry, I omitted the verb. Last year, students studied at Space Camp Summer School and created a robot while students at space, yeah, while students were doing something. So what were they doing? While students, what do you have to put here? Fernanda, can you try here? While the students were what? What were they doing? While students were, they created a robot. So while students were, Fernanda, can you do it? While students were,
I can't.
but it's the same thing that, lo mismo que arriba, la misma idea. Last year students studied, at Camp Summer School and created a robot. So while the students were at this school, they created a robot. So while the students were what?
Student?
Eso, studying. We're studying, con ING, we're studying at Camp Summer, Space Camp Summer School. They created a robot. 4, it is obvious that people go to spy school to learn to be spies. People go to spy school to learn to be spies. People, in vez de it is obvious, you can use an adverb. So people, almost the same thing. So people.
Obviously.
Yeah, good. Obviously, good. People obviously go to spy school to learn to be spies. Obviously, good. 5, because London's very historical, it's a good place to learn to be a ghost hunter. The same thing, but using other words. London is a good place to learn to be a ghost hunter reason. It's history. Who can try? Javiera?
Can I answer?
Yeah?
Because of?
Yes, good. Because of, correct. London is a good place to learn to be a ghost hunter because of its history, correct. Number 6, the students studied at circus school for a year before they got a job at a circus. The students studied at a circus school for a year before they got a job at a circus. Okay, by the time the students got a job at a circus, they, algo habían hecho antes, they, at circus school for a year, they,
Had work.
yeah, they had, yeah, or, yeah, they had worked or they had studied. Both could be. They had studied at circus school for a year. All right. Now, in the last exercise, what we're going to do is in exercise number 9, right? In our progress test 3, we are going to read the text and then we're going to choose the correct word for each space. This could be vocabulary, it could be a verb, it could be anything, right? All right, we have to choose the correct answer here from number 1 to number 10. You're given 4 choices, A, B, C, and D, okay? So they are going to talk about our memory. It's about the memory and learning, which is very important. Memory and learning. All right, it says here, think about the last English lesson you had. Okay, think about the last English lesson you had. While you studying, so this is part of grammar that is pending here. So if you go to number 1, you have where, had, are, have. The correct form here is A, B, C, or D. Any of you. While, remember when we use while, we usually use past continuous. While you, what are you going to put here? Yes, Javiera? Do you have
¿Se
the answer?
escucha?
Sí,
Yes,
yes,
se escucha.
yes.
A.
A,
Where?
correct. Yes, that's it, correct. While you were, you see, studying, did you feel hungry or thirsty? Were you warm? Yeah, warm. Number 2. So, bleh, awful. Enough, such, to. All right, so what is the correct thing here? Were you warm? What is the correct one?
Enough.
B, yeah, good. Danai says letter B. This is correct, Danai, B. B is correct, enough, warm enough is an adjective, warm, and then the word enough, the correct order is correct, warm enough, all right, warm enough. Were you warm? Yes, warm enough. Was the sun in your eyes? If so, then you probably found it harder to concentrate than normal and the learning was possibly 3, as, least, much, less. What is correct? In number 3, as, least, much, or less? What is correct?
Less.
Less, yes, good, less. So letter D, this is correct. The normal and learning was possibly less effective. It's great, think about the context, piensa en el contexto. It's great to register, attend, go, or stay. Yeah, it's, all right. It's great to every class. It's great to every class. It's great to register, to attend, to go, to stay. What is the correct verb? Collocation, you.
Attend.
Attend, exactly. We use always, we attend classes. Asistimos a clases, we attend classes, right? Okay, we attend classes. No, we not register, no go, no stay. The collocation is attend classes. So we attend class, but if you don't pay attention while you are there, then you won't learn, of course. Eat and drink before class and carry an extra jumper to what? An extra jumper to put on, hang up, try on, or wear out. If it's cold, so you can focus. An extra jumper to. Danai says letter A. Yes, correct, Danai. This is correct. Letter A, to put on. If you take it, it's for then to put it on. Es para ponérselo, ¿no? No para tenerlo ahí guardadito. To put it on, okay? To put on, good. Pull the, number six, okay. Pull the down on the window so it's not bright. Yeah, remember this is in a class. Classes usually have, they don't have curtains most of the time. They use another kinds of curtains. How do you call them? Fernanda, do you know the word here in number 6? Number 6. Pull the, you pull. It's not like sometimes
Blinds?
Blinds, good, blinds, correct, blinds. That's the word, blinds. Perfect. Curtains are the ones that we use at home, right? Not in schools and in schools we use blinds, in offices we use blinds most of the time. All right. Then it says, it's a sad fact that we remember little information we hear. There's an expression that we use here in, always there's an expression in, we forget around 80% of the information we learn. In, Javiera?
In fact.
In fact, yes, in fact. In fact, you know, in fact, we forget around 80% of the information we learn. This is true. Eso es verdad, de acuerdo a los estudios. We forget around 80%. Ya, se nos olvidamos casi el 80% de la información que aprendemos. So we have to work. Por eso we have to work, we have to work. How do you have to work to remember it? You have to work all the time. You have to work. What is the adverb that you're going to use here?
Hard.
Sorry, Danai?
Hard.
Hard, yes. You have to work hard, correct. Hard, letter B. You have to work hard, right? That's something that you have to do. Everybody has to do that. You have to work hard to remember the information. Revising information is number 9, right? Revising information is an important activity for a language learner because a memory only becomes strong with practice. Yeah, the memory becomes strong every time you practice. The better you practice, the best you will be. So, what are you going to do here?
Such?
Such, yes, good, such. This is correct, B. To work, yes, that's it. So we have to work hard to remember the information, the information, that refers to the information. Revising information is such an important activity for a learner because, second clause, because a memory only becomes strong with practice. Using the language as much as possible will help you make good what? What do students usually make when they work hard, when they continue practicing? And when you use the language as possible, will help.
Progress?
Yeah, progress, correct. You make progress. The collocation is make progress. Make good progress. So This is what the English students always, make. They're always making good progress because they have lots of opportunities to practice, right? Okay, now what we're going to do is, please go to the guía. I sent you this. Yo les envié esto. Está en el Google Classroom. Se llama así. This is the name. And of course, review, integrated English, basic level, units 4, 5, and 6. Please download it. ¿Lo tienen ahí con ustedes o no? Do you have it with you? Si no lo tienen, búsquenlo en el Google Classroom, please. Se los mandé, me parece que hoy día es viernes, el miércoles en la noche parece. O el jueves en la mañana temprano. Jueves como a las 7:15 parece, de la mañana. End of course review, integrated English, basic level. Did you have it? Gabriela, did you find it? ¿Lo encontró?
Yes.
Ya. La Javi? Do you have it, Javiera?
Yes.
Yeah. Danae? Tell me yes or no.
I'm looking for it.
You're looking for it. Okay. Fernanda?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Danae is looking for it. It's called, and of course, review, integrated basic English. Or review, también puede aparecer como review of units 5, 4, and 5, 5, 4, and 6. All right. So while Danae is looking for it, Matías, look for the guía, busque la guía porque acabamos de terminar la revisión de la unidad. Terminamos a las 6 recién con sus compañeras. So please look for the guía, busque la guía, que es el review for the units 4, 5, and 6, please. It's in Google Classroom. Right, okay, now we are going to start with people that are, now here, and so this is, it says units 4, 5, and 6, present perfect or past simple, and then the guía says for you, está hecho especialmente para ustedes, dice, okay, it's time to review some important tenses you have studied up to now. How much do you remember? Pregunto. Let's start now, okay. It says, read about Susie Kennedy and put the verbs in the correct form of the present perfect or, hay que arreglar, dice, or past simple. Okay, so here we have. Remember, acuérdense, remember the use of the present perfect. If you go to the next sheet, si van a la hojita siguiente, hay un recordatorio que dice, don't forget, a los que se le ha olvidado, don't forget present perfect, para no estarlo repitiendo todo el tiempo. Okay, Matías. Maybe you can listen. Okay. All right. Okay, baby, so I'm going to start. Voy a partir igual. Matías tiene problemas, pero no va a escuchar. Dice, present perfect or past simple. This is the first part, Matías, of the year. It says, let's start now. Read about Susie Kennedy and put the verbs in the correct form of the present perfect or past simple. Okay, Gabriela, before starting the unit, antes de partir, Gabriela, do you remember when we studied the present perfect versus past simple? Do you remember how this tense is formed? How present perfect is formed in English? What do you need to use to know that you are, in other words, you're using present perfect? What do you use in present perfect in a sentence? Gabi.
Like the have.
You use have or has.
Oh, has, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And what else do you use? And a main verb, of course.
Yeah, the verb.
Yeah, and what happens with the verb?
It's in past.
No, not in past. It's in past. Past what?
Past participle?
Yeah, past participle. Okay, we use have or has plus past participle. And do you remember, Gabriela, in what cases do you use has, for instance? Has?
I don't know. I don't remember. Has?
Can you put it in context? ¿Lo puedes poner en contexto? Can you put it in context in a sentence?
Like, I don't know.
Any sentence where you are using has.
Like Dinah has studied a lot of careers.
Yeah, okay, good. You see, she did it. So I can say she used it correctly. We can say that every time that we have singular nouns or singular subjects, we use has, like Danai has, Matias has, you know, Fernanda has, Javier has, Gabriela has. I say Gabriela has only one. Gabriela has studied English for many years, for example, right? Or Danai has studied English for, let's say, 7 years, right? It's an example. So in those cases, we use has and then the main verb, of course, in past participle. Or I say, I have eaten a lot of fresh fruit lately. I have eaten. In English, you have to remember that it always take have. We use I have, right? I have eaten. And on the other hand, Javiera, when you, for example, when you have plural subjects like we, you, they, or my friends, my sisters, my students, etc., what do you use?
Have.
Yeah, we use have. For example, when I say my friends have worked let's say, have worked in Santiago for, many years, right? So this is correct. Okay, so this is something that we have to keep in mind. And when we use the past tense, well, when we use present perfect, is when you refer to those activities that you started in the past and you continued, up to the present. Like we say, I have lived here, you see, since, for example, since, let's say, since 19, let's say, 99, okay? Since 1999. So, and I am still here. In that case, I use present perfect. I have lived in this apartment or in this city since 1999. Okay, this is present perfect. And when you use past simple in mind, en la cabeza, is when we talk about those activities that you use in the past, of course, but they have a definite, time in the past, and the action is completed in the past. So I say, I lived, for example, I lived in Valparaiso, let's say, for example, in maybe in 1978. And then I finished living there. That happened, and that's it. The action was completed. Okay, that's the difference with the present perfect, that you can continue up to the present times. With the past, you cannot do it. And there are expressions that can help you to identify these two tenses. Remember, when we talk about present perfect, we usually have adverbs like what? Like just, like, for example, already, like yet, like what else? For example, I have, let's say, since, and you use for, etc. When you say have lived here since 1999, or I have lived here for 20 years, etc. Right? This is when you use the present perfect. On the other hand, when you use the past simple, remember there are also some adverbs that are going to help you to identify the tense. And they usually are, for example, which ones? For example, we have yesterday, last, plus any noun, last weekend, last month, last year, last, etc. And ago, also ago, that also means that you're talking about the past. For example, 7 years ago, 19 years ago, 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, a minute ago, etc. A year ago, and so on. All right, these are the things that we usually use in the past. And the past, another thing that you have to remember to do this guia is that when we talk about the past, when we refer to things that, we are telling you, like statements, for example, we always use the verb in the past. When I say, for example, yesterday, I studied, English, and I did exercises, and I also, helped my mother, and I also went to the nearest store in my neighborhood. right? This is past, 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 because they are all affirmative statements. But when you make a question to someone, for example, if I ask Matia in the past, I say, did. Did you, for example, did you watch TV yesterday night? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Did you watch? The verb becomes again into the infinitive just because you have did, the auxiliary. So in the negative, if you have did again, you always put the verb in the infinitive when you say, I didn't go, I didn't study, I didn't play, I didn't dance, etc. With this information in mind, we can do this exercise. Okay? So let's start doing this. Here we are. It says, read about Susie Kennedy. And here we're going to try to think about two tenses. We have to complete in present perfect or past simple. Okay, I recommend you to read the paragraph first. I mean the sentences up to the, when you have a full stop or a period, and then you decide what you're going to put. Okay, let's start. It says Susie Kennedy is probably the world's most famous Marilyn Monroe lookalike. She, parenthesis, it says be on TV over the world, and she adverts for companies such as Citroën and Pepsi. Okay, up to there, hasta ahí. Remember, Susie Kennedy is probably the world's most famous Marilyn Monroe lookalike. She, on TV, all over the world, and she adverts for companies such as Citroën and Pepsi. So it means that this woman is alive, right? Okay, so what are you going to do here? What does it come to your mind? Fernanda, what are you going to put here, Fernanda? When it says Susie Kennedy is probably the world's most famous Marilyn Monroe lookalike. She, all over the world. So it means that this woman is, maybe it's one day, maybe she's in here, the another day is in another country, and then the next day in another one, because it says all over the world, and she adverts for companies. And she can act, and she can sing, exactly like Marilyn Monroe. So, what are you going to use here? Any idea, babies? Any of you, cualquiera, any of you. You can feel free to answer here, present perfect or past simple. Something important, this woman is alive, and we don't have any information about that the action, you know, was completed in the past. No, except in when we continue, but not in the first. So what is it then?
Has been.
Yeah, good. Has been. She has been on TV all over the world. And, como dice and, Gabriela, this is a conjunction, es una conjunción en inglés, and. When we use and, remember that it's like following, como tomar, is to take the previous sentence and continue with the same tense in the other one, because it says and. O sea, ella ha hecho esto y además esto otro, porque dice and, o sea, continuamos con el mismo tiempo. So, she has been on TV all over the world, and she Fernanda, and she what? And she
Has made.
Yeah, good. And she has made adverts. She has made adverts or advertisements, is the same thing, for companies such as Citroën and Pepsi. Susie, this woman, can act and sing exactly like Marilyn Monroe. Aquí viene un problema, dice, in 2009, ya pasó. Hizo algo en ese año, porque está marcado, dice, in 2009, she, ¿qué hizo esa mujer en ese año? Solo en ese año, y terminó, completó, in 2009, she
Appeared.
Yeah, good. She appeared. Hay que agregarle la ed porque es un verbo regular. She appeared, apareció. She appeared in the play Marilyn and Lucy in London's West End. Ese es un nombre de una obra, apareció en una obra de teatro. In the play, se llama Marilyn and Lucy in the London's West End. Okay, and she also appeared, ya, pasado simple, she also, porque fue en ese año, she appeared in the play Marilyn and Lucy in the London West End. She also, y también, she also, in a number of films as Marilyn. Yeah? What else are you going to put here? ¿Qué más va a colocar acá? She
has also appeared.
Yeah, okay. She, no te escuché bien, a ver.
Has also
She
appeared.
has also, yeah,
Yes.
okay. Sí se puede. She has also appeared in a number of films as Marilyn. Punto, period. Parte una nueva frase. She, cuidado, porque ahora parte una nueva frase y un punto. Dice, she starred in the Italian comedy Me and Marilyn in 2010. Pasó, eso hizo en el año 2010. And, y ahí en ese mismo año, and the film, Y en paréntesis dice make, no made, make. Yeah, so, she, what are you going to put here? She
Started.
Yeah, good. She started in the Italian comedy Me and Marilyn in 2010. And, y además de eso, and the film. ¿Qué pasó con ese and the film? Que el film, la película era una comedia que se llamaba Me and Marilyn. Ok. And the film, esa comedia de ese año 2010, ¿qué hizo esa comedia? And the film, pasado de make, made 2 million, made se escribe made $2 million in its first weekend. Susie, ya, ahora sí, punto seguido, una nueva frase. Susie, as a model, and, ya, Susie, ¿qué pasa con ella ahora? Susie
has also worked.
Yeah, good. Has also worked, con el de worked as a model, and she, continúo con el mismo tiempo porque dice and she, what is the Fernanda?
Has where?
Yeah, and she has worn is W-O-R-N, participio de wear. She has also worn, W-O-R-N, she has also worn a lot of Marilyn Monroe's original clothes and film costumes. The real Marilyn Monroe in 1962, pasó y ahí terminó en ese año. The real Marilyn Monroe. What's the matter with her? ¿Qué pasó con ella en el año 2062? No con ella, sino que con la real Marilyn Monroe, con la verdadera, the real Marilyn Monroe. Died, claro, murió. La verdadera Marilyn Monroe, the real Marilyn Monroe, died, se le diga la D de dedo porque es pasado, died, in 1962. But Susie's life, pero la vida de la Susie, que no es, que es la que la parecía, la igual a ella, Susie's life, more exciting than it is now. So, but Susie's life, ¿qué? Susie's life, what are you going to put here? Never se usa siempre los presentes perfectos, generalmente, también en el presente simple, pero como no estamos usando el presente simple, estamos usando el presente perfecto. And Susie's life, Javiera.
Sí, perdón. Has never been.
Yeah, has never been, correct. Has never been more exciting than it is now, correct. Yeah, let's go with the second paragraph. Segundo, dice, read this email and complete the gaps with the present perfect and past simple using the verbs in parentheses. Estos son los dos tiempos más importantes de la unidad 4. Por eso estoy repitiendo aquí para que se les quede en la cabecita clarito. Dice, es un correo. Dice, hi Catherine, I have been, parte con un presente perfecto, dice, I have been in Easter Island for a while. And now I am having a fantastic time with local people. When at the airport, what are you going to put here? But, acuérdense, only think about present perfect and past simple, no other tenses, no otro tiempo. Present perfect and past simple only. Okay, let's see. Danai, can you help us?
When I arrived.
Yeah, when I arrived, pasado simple, when I arrived at the airport, al mismo tiempo, I
Felt?
Yeah, pasado de feel, felt, I felt nervous. When I arrived at the airport, I felt nervous. But I, already, acuérdense que aparece already y yo pienso al tiro en presente perfecto. Because already is generally used with present perfect. But ¿qué? ¿Qué, Javiera?
¿Me escuchas?
No.
Have already met.
Yes, yes, Javiera, te escucho, but I have already met very interesting people who, la misma idea, who, Javiera, termina la idea, va igual. I have already met interesting people who, in this island, for more than 20 years, for 20 years. Solamente perfecto dice, for 20 years. So people who have, quiere decir que esa gente va a seguir viviendo ahí. People who
Have lived.
Yeah, good. Who have lived in this island for more than 20 years. Good. Now, full stop. And then the person changes the tenses because it says last. Mi guamata. Javier Conejo, que te amo. Okay, last weekend, comma, they to the most important sites here. Yeah, last weekend se cambia ahora. Lo está contando, dice, last weekend, you see, they, o sea, ellos, sus amigos que ha conocido, they, la gente que es muy nice allá, que son los que viven en la isla, they to the most important sites here. Gabriela. Last weekend, they, what are you going to put? They take me, they took me, what?
They took me?
Correct, they took me. Claro, porque dice last weekend, Gabriela. Last weekend es un adverbio de pasado, nada más que de pasado. Last weekend, por lo tanto está obligada a usar el pasado. Last weekend, they took me. They took me to the most important sites here. We also, y también, o sea, llevo la misma idea, porque dice we also, también, we also to a beautiful white sandy beach. So we also, what is the verb here? We also want. Danai, we also went, yes. We also went to a beautiful white sandy beach. They also, sigue contando, nos está contando todo lo que hicieron la semana pasada. They also, yeah, what is the past? Fernanda, they also, dice they also, teach me how to dance, ahí debe decir dance, por si acaso, dance, salsa. They also, past tense of teach, ¿quién se acuerda? A ver, past tense of teach, teach. Yesterday, some things. So, what is the past tense of teach? Last weekend, they teach, but teach in the past tense. What is the past tense of teach? Nobody remembers. Danai, do you remember?
Teached.
Sorry, again?
Con la D.
No,
Teached?
no, dear. No.
Ah, no,
Es
taught.
irregular.
Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay. Es
Ah, taught.
taught. Es T-A-U-G-H-T. Es el pasado de teach. Y se pronuncia taught. Teach, pasado taught y participio igual. Taught. T-A-U-G-H-T. So they also taught me how to dance sao. Well, my friend, as you see, dice since, y el since se usa en el presente perfecto. Since I arrived. As you see, le está escribiendo a una amiga, acuérdense. As you see, I, le cuenta, oh, as you see, I, todavía está allá, sigue hasta ahora. As you see, I what? Fernanda, can you try? As you see, I have, I'm sorry. As you see, Fernanda, can you, I have what?
Spent.
Yeah, good. I have spent, participio de spent, con la T. As you see, I have spent a good time since I arrived. Lots of love, Susie. Now, for you, for all of you, Fabian and other people, if you have had problems to do these exercises, I mean the first one and the second, you will have to go back to Unit 4 to review these tenses again. Okay, in case, just in case. Go to the next sheet. Vayan a la hoja siguiente. Go to the next sheet. It says, don't forget. Ya, esto es para los olvidadizos, no para los que están acá, porque los que están acá algo se han acordado. Don't forget, no se les olvide y revisan ahí. Así se usa el presente perfecto. Positive statements, negative statements, and questions, right? Eso es para los olvidadizos. Después nosotros seguimos. Dice, fill in the gaps with the present perfect or past simple. Seguimos con el mismo tiempo. Dice, use the verbs given in parentheses. Ok. Edison le va a preguntar a Carlos. Edison le dice, you ever, any famous? And we have to use the verb meet. All right? So, how do you make the question here? Javiera, can you start, please? Ever, when you make ever, you always use present perfect.
Ay, ¿dónde estamos?
La hoja 2, donde dice, fill in the gaps with the present perfect or past simple. And use the verbs given in parentheses. And this says, Edison le pregunta a Carlos, ever, you ever, any famous? Yeah. Have you ever? Yes. Have you ever what? What is the past participle of meet? Met. Bien. Have you ever met anyone famous? Carlos says, yes. How do you answer that, Javiera? Short answer. Si da una respuesta cortita. Yes.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. When I, y ahí le das más información adicional. Le dices, when I, y tienes que usar el verbo be. When I.
Or went.
Ya, ok. When I, no, porque el went sería, tenía que llevar el to. When I,
¿Dónde
y
está?
debería ser when I, no está, tienes que ponerlo tú.
Okay.
When I was in Santiago in a concert. Cuando él le pregunta, yes, I have, le dice, when I was in Santiago in a concert. ¿Ok? Él le dice, really? Who, le pregunta Edison a Carlos, who, y hay que usar el verbo.
Did you meet?
Yeah.
No, sí, did you meet?
Ah, who did you meet? Eso. Ahí sí, that's it. Who did you meet? O sea, como a quién conoció allá. Who did you meet? Y Carlos le dice, Princess Alba. I
Was.
Yeah, good. I was so excited and my friend, ¿qué hizo su amigo? A photo, yeah, good. Took a photo of us. All right? Good. Now, in the other part of the guía, what we're going to review is the use of since and for. Remember, since is when we refer to the starting point, Since, for example, 2010, that's a starting point. Or since I was a girl, since I was a child, since I was 15 years old, that's the starting point. When we, have a line, a point of line or a line, For example, and I say that I have lived in this apartment. For example, I started living here, in what year? I remember the year. Well, we are in 2020, maybe 2018. Yeah, 18, 19, 20. How many years? We have 3. Llevamos 3 years. Entonces yo digo, I have lived in this apartment for, porque los cuento, period of time, periodo de tiempo, for 3 years. That's when you use for. Since the moment you started, that's why we call starting point, since 2018. All right? Okay, and there are, of course, exceptions. There are idioms that we use with since and fors, expressions that we use with since and for example, since my birthday, etc. All right, let's start with this. Read the sentences and complete with since or for. My parents have been married 15 years. Yeah, number 1. Danai, can you complete number 1, please? It says, my parents have been married 15 years.
For 15 years?
Yeah, for 15 years. This is correct. Okay, this is the number of years. Yo conté los años desde que se casaron hasta hoy. Llevan ellos 15 años. Es el número, periodo de tiempo. 15 years. So I put here for. This is correct. So my parents have been married for 15 years. Correct. Number 2. Fernanda, it says, I haven't seen some of my relatives' ages. Ahí es una expresión esa que se usa. Ya, no sé si la conoces. Fernanda.
Science.
No, es for ages. La expresión es for ages. ¿Ya? Se usa siempre así. Es una expresión. For ages. Es como decirte, por ejemplo, si yo te digo, yo no te he visto por, suponte tú, como 5 meses que no te veo. Y de repente tú apareces. Ahí en la universidad aparece. Yo te digo, oh, hello, Fernanda, I haven't seen you for ages. Oh, tanto tiempo que no te veía. Ha pasado tanto tiempo. For ages. Esa es la expresión. For ages. ¿Ya? Siempre va con el for ages. All right. 3. I have been in this English class, 5 months. Conté desde marzo. Ustedes, marzo están aquí. March, April, May, June, and we are in July. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 months, right? So I have been in this English class. Yeah, Fernanda, what are you going to put here now?
For.
Yeah, 4, correct. 4, 5 months. Fabian, I have lived in this house. Yeah, I have a starting point here because it refers to the year, 2010.
Since.
Since, correct. In this case, we use since 2010. My best friend has lived in this city. She was a little girl, Javiera. What are you going to use? Since or for? When I say, my best friend has lived in this city, she was a little girl. Do you remember that expression, Javi?
No se me escucha. Since.
Yeah, since she was a little girl, correct. Since she was a little girl, correct. Thank you. Number 6, my dad has worked for the International Bank 20 years. Danai, what are you going to put here? My dad has worked for the International Bank.
For?
Yeah, for 20 years. So he has stayed, if I started summing, empecé a sumar los años, todos los años que he estado ahí, hasta ahora lleva 20. So for 20 years, correct. Miss Alarcón has studied English. She was a high school student, Gabriela. Miss Alarcón has studied English. She was a high school student.
Since.
Since, correct, since. Okay, this is right. 7, espérense que estoy viendo una cosita. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, aquí. Quiero ver a chequear algo, babies. 7, Matías. Ya, nada más, eso quería. Okay, that's correct. This is correct. Since she was a high school student. Since she was a high school student, correct. Tommy has played soccer. Yeah, number 8. Tommy has played soccer a long time. What are you going to put here? Tommy?
For a long time.
Yeah, good. For a long time. For a long time. Okay, for a long time. This is correct. Okay. And number 9 says, I have had this new cell phone. Can you do, Matthias, this? It says, I have had this new cell phone. What do you think I'm going to use? Since or for my last birthday. I have had this new,
Since?
yes, correct. Since my last birthday, since my last birthday. Okay, so remember this because this is part of the test, parte de la prueba que viene, son estos contenidos que estamos revisando. Choose the correct alternative. Elija la alternativa correcta. You have only 2 choices, A and B, no more, right? And this content, babies, has to do with suggestions. Remember, tienen que acordarse, remember that when we talk about suggestions, cuando yo hago sugerencias, suggestions in English, I have certain functions, hay ciertas funciones en inglés lingüística que están así, fueron creadas para hacer sugerencias. And they are, ¿y cuáles son? The one that we all normally use, they are the following. For example, if I make a suggestion to you, imagine that we are in the university now, everything is okay, and the day is beautiful, and I can give a suggestion to you, and I say, hey, babies, why don't we go for a walk along the beach? Why don't we? Es una sugerencia. Forma de hacerlo, expresión que se usa. Why don't we go? El verbo va en infinitivo. Se dice, why don't we go? Why don't we go, for example, es una sugerencia. Why don't we go for a walk? Another one could be, otra podría ser, why don't we go, if it is very cold, si está muy frío ahora, digo, hey, why don't we go for a cup of coffee at the cafeteria? Or if I say, for example, another one, why don't we, maybe if it is very cold, why don't we turn on the heater, right? Suggestion, why don't we turn on the heater? Esa es una. Another one is, that's very common in English when you make suggestions, is how about? How about? And when you say, for example, si yo le sugiero algo, le digo, hey, babies, how about going? Ahí ya no puedo decir go, tengo que usar el ing. How about? Porque about es prep, es una preposition, and the verb that follows it, y el que lo sigue está obligado a ir con ing. So I say, how about going to the movies? ¿Qué tal si vamos al cine? How about going to the movies? O how about, si yo le digo, oye, ¿por qué? Sugerencia. How about, ¿y qué tal si vamos a, no sé, a ver el concierto? How about going to the concert? How about going to the concert? Or how about going to a restaurant and have a chorrillana? You see, these are all suggestions. Another one, otra que se usa mucho en inglés es, yo digo, sugerencia, do you think we should, ¿no creen usted? ¿Creen que deberíamos ir a tal parte? Do you think we should go to the nearest park? Do you think we should go to the botanic garden? Do you think we should? Y el verbo en infinitivo sin to. Do you think we should? We should. Do you think we should go to the botanic garden? Or do you think we should go maybe to the mall? Do you think we should go to Santiago together? Etc. Right? And the other one is that is also common in English is when you say let's. So let's, ¿y por qué let's? Ese let's, por ejemplo, si digo, let's, so estamos en Santiago, estamos en un lugar hermoso, y yo sugiero, oh, so let's take a picture. Let's take, okay? Let's, and then the verb without ing. Let's take a picture of the landscape. Or so, or let's take the bus soon, or let's take the metro, right? These are the suggestions that we use in English. Okay. Now, with this information for you to remember, we can do the next exercise. Choose the correct alternative, A or B. Fabian, you start. What are you going to choose here? The suggestion is a beautiful picture of this place. How about take or how about taking?
How about taking?
Correct. How about taking? Good, very good. How about taking a beautiful picture of this place? Correct. 2. What is correct? Do you think we should go to the museum? Do you think should we go to the museum first? Which is correct? Fernanda, A or B?
A.
Do you think we should go? Correct, Fernanda. This is correct. The other one is not correct. Correct. Go to the other sheet. Vayan a la otra hojita. This number 3. Dice, take your concert program. So let's take or so let's take or let's take. What is correct? A or B, Danae?
B.
B, correct. So let's take your concert program. 4, Javiera. Why for a walk? The day is sunny. Why don't we go? Why don't we going?
Why don't we go?
Yeah, why don't we go? Correct. B, letter B. Why don't we go? Why don't we go for a walk? All right. Then what we have in our revision, en nuestra revisión, what do we have? The use of used to. Todo esto va para la prueba, así que a estudiarlo muy bien. Used to. Used to. Can you tell me, Danae, when you use used to?
When we did things in the past that we don't do right now.
Yeah. So this is a past habit? Past habit?
Yes.
Yeah. This is a past
Yeah,
habit.
past habit.
Okay. Yeah. And what happens when you make a question to someone? What do you use in the past habit if you want to find out if someone did something or not in the past as a habit? How do you make that question?
Did you use
Yeah, good. Did
to
you?
do?
Yeah.
La, la, la.
La 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 la. Okay. And it's when it's negative? Something you didn't used to do in the past?
I didn't use to.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't used to. Correct. Okay, this is the idea, right? So with this information that Danae has given us, you are going to complete these 5 sentences using the correct thing. Pay attention to the context, baby, because the context is going to give you the meaning, what to use. If you use a positive statement, negative, or a question, if you have a question mark at the end, if it is negative, etc. Okay. It says here, when I was younger, glasses. But now I really need them. Now I really need them now. But when I was younger, the typical things. I mean, this is something very common that happens. Think about this one. Piensa en esa. Think about this question, please. Okay. Ready? Are you ready now with the number 1? Okay, what are you going to put here, Javiera? For example, in number 1, when I was younger, the context, Javiera, is going to give you the meaning of what to use. Javiera, are you ready? We are not listening to you, just in case. I see. Now. Okay, Javi. Number 1.
When I was younger, I used to wear glasses. Sí, estamos ahí, ¿cierto?
Follow. Siga la frase para que se dar cuenta solita.
Okay. But now I really, I didn't used to wear glasses.
Okay, good. That's it. You see, that's why it's important in the test, en la prueba, you have to do the same thing. Read the sentence, till the end. Hasta el final, no una parte. No, lean todo porque en la segunda parte les puede dar la idea. In the second part gives you the idea. So that's why, fortunately, you reacted immediately. Yes, when I was younger, I didn't use to wear glasses, but now I really need them. I repeat again, when I was younger, I didn't I didn't use. El use without the D, sin la D, porque es negación. Didn't use. I didn't use to wear glasses, but now I really need them. Okay, number 2. Let's see number 2. Gabriela, can you try with number 2? It says, there are lots of old houses in my hometown. Now you can find only buildings.
Used to?
Yeah, they are used to be, you know, because the verb is be, there used to be lots of old houses in my hometown. Now you can find only buildings. Yes. Number 3. Danai, number 3, it's a question. With dolls when you were a little girl? Danai, what are you going to put here?
Did you
Yeah, good.
Did you use
Yeah,
to play with dolls?
yeah. Okay. Did you use, sílaba, did you use to play with dolls when you were a little girl? All right. Number 4. Pay attention to number 4. Fernanda. Valparaíso, a cleaner city 20 years ago.
Used to be.
Yes, good. Valparaíso used, con la ed, afirmación, used to be a cleaner city 20 years ago. It means that now it's not cleaner anymore. Okay, it's not a cleaner city. Yeah. 5. Most places of work, any personal details. Only technical information like their job. So most places of work, any personal details, yeah, only technical information like their job. Okay, who can try this?
Didn't used to keep.
Yeah, very good, Fabian. Most places of work didn't use to keep any personal details. All right. Okay. Only technical information. Yeah, because in the past, people used to keep only technical information, right? Like their job, about the jobs. But today it's not, this is not the same, because today we know that everybody knows everything about us. All right. Let's continue with comparisons and superlatives degree. Comparison and superlative degrees, all right? Okay, it says here, which do you think? Yeah, do you remember the comparison? All right, Fabian, what do you remember, Fabian?
About comparatives and superlatives?
Yes, can you tell me about how do you make, for example, the comparison of adjectives, and how do you make the superlatives of adjectives?
You said something like something is an adjective as I can't remember very well, but it has to be something like that. As something as. I remember the use of that word.
Okay, baby, but
give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah, come on. You have to try to remember. But hey, Fabian, try to be clearer. Try to be clear, because you have to remember what I told you. Remember that it's not as easy as you can think, right? But
I have some ideas in my mind, but
una clase cortita, a short class about comparisons and superlatives degree, right? Okay, I am all ears, Fabian. Te escucho, soy todo oído. I am all ears about you.
Comparatives.
Yes.
Every short adjective has an ed, an er at the end.
All right. Okay.
You want me to continue?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. An adjective finishing in a. How do I say? Yeah.
G in G?
Change it to eater.
What's that?
I don't know. It's the thing that I have. Lo que escribí.
Okay, Fabian. Yeah, this is Danilo taught you the adjectives. Danilo les enseñó la comparación y los grados superlativos. And I have also checked them. También yo he vuelto a revisarlo para un poco fortalecer eso. But I think it's not as clear as you think. Okay, what about, let's see, Danai. Thank you, Fabian. What do you think, Danai? What else do you remember? Because Fabian mentioned, the comparison of adjectives, but he talked about the adjectives that are short, that people say when you have an adjective that has one syllable, or sometimes two, you add to the stem, tú le agregas esa raíz to the stem, the ER, la ER, and then you make, the adjective. For example, tall, taller, short, shorter, etc. Okay, Danai, are you following me?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you continue with my explanation? Because Fabian, you see, talk only about short adjectives. What happens with the other adjectives that have more than two syllables?
Long adjectives take more.
Yes.
More than.
Yes.
Another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or less than. And also there is another way to compare that Fabian said.
Mm-hmm.
As.
Yeah, that is called equality.
And
yeah, as.
that
is called equality. Yeah, as. Mm-hmm. All right.
I think
Okay,
that's
this
all.
that's a comparison. All right. And also, what happens with the adjectives that are called irregular ones? How do you make the comparison of good, of bad, of little, far?
They change completely.
Mm-hmm.
You say good and better, and bad or worse. And I just have those. I don't remember more.
You don't remember more? Okay.
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Fabian, are you listening to me?
Yes.
I am listening to me, like not at the same time I'm talking.
In like if there was another you talking.
Yeah,
yes.
Why? No,
I don't know.
Ahora no. Not now. Ahora no. Now it's okay. I don't know what happened 10 minutes ago. I was listening to me again. It was very funny. It was funny for me. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know what happened, but now it's okay. Okay, let's go on. So now that we have this information, I want to ask Gabriela, because we talked about comparisons. Gabriela, what about superlative degree?
About what?
Superlatives. How do you make superlatives? When you have, for example, a short adjective like short, big, tall, how do you make the superlative form of these adjectives? That's it, then maybe.
I don't really know.
You don't really know? Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, for example, when you say, imagine that in this group of students that we have here, Fabián is the tallest. Es el más alto de todos los que están acá, de este grupo. El más alto de todos. Ese es su grado superlativo, cuando sobresale al todo lo que hay. Entonces yo digo, él es el más alto de todos mis alumnos. Entonces yo digo, he is the tallest, right? the tallest of my class. He is the tallest, right? This is superlative. So when you have a short adjective like tall, right, we use est. I say, he is the tallest, right? Danae says, pesadez. No existe eso, pesadez. Danae, no se le vaya a ocurrir poner esa palabra porque no existe. Okay. All right. So when you have an adjective that is longer, que es más de 2 sílabas, por ejemplo, 2 more syllables, like, for example, emotional, 4 syllables, or beautiful, 3, impatient, 3, let's say, for example, popular, 3, interesting, 3. These are long adjectives. In those cases, the superlative degree, you make it like this. For example, I say, for example, I say, Javiera is the most responsible student in my class. So the idea is that from all the group, she's the one that she's always in class, she's the one that she's always in homework, she's always participating. So I say, she's the most responsible student in my class. Okay, and also I can say that Danae, for example, I can say Danae, when you have, I forgot to mention something, se me olvidó antes decirles que en el caso de cuando estaba Fabián hablando de las comparaciones, Gabriela, que importante, comparisons of equality, de igualdad, that you can use when you use them, cuando la usen, por ejemplo, son 2 personas o 2 cosas que están exactamente igual, al mismo nivel. Eso es as. For example, Danae is as intelligent as Javiera, or I can say Danae is as intelligent as Gabriela. It means that both of you, que ustedes son, las dos son inteligentes. Ella es tan inteligente como esta otra persona. So that is for as. And something to remember, algo que no se les olvide. When you use as, al adjetivo no se le hace nada. Queda solito, o sea, su stem, la raíz queda igual. Si es intelligent, intelligent. Si es lazy, lazy. Si digo, he is as lazy as his brother, queda así, lazy as tall as thin as, etc. ¿Qué es aquí esta niñita? You're crazy, baby, we are in another class. Baby, we are in another class, Crystal.
Oh, okay.
Wait for me a las 11:10, 11:10.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. Okay, Gabriela, did you understand when I say as, as, all right? Okay, Gabi?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and superlative, I told you this. And the thing is that when you have short adjectives, cuando hay adjetivos cortitos, ya sabes qué es lo que va a hacer. Cuando dije, por ejemplo, a ver, Fabián is, superlativo is the tallest student in my class, right? EST, a la raíz, tall, se le agrega EST para el superlativo, tallest, biggest, smallest, shortest, right? Y los adjetivos que se llaman irregular adjectives, son bien poquitos, pero hay que saberlos. Son muy especiales, por eso se llaman irregular, que es good, el adjetivo good, la comparación, tiene una comparación especial. Good, su comparación es better. Y el superlativo de better es best, the best, right? Si es bad, la comparación de bad es worse. Y si es superlativo, worst, the worst. Si es far, de lejos, far, la comparación es farther, con TH, T-H-E-R, farther. Y si es superlativo, farthest, right? Eso es para las comparaciones, right? Y superlativo y comparativo en los casos. Y si es el adjetivo, por ejemplo, little, la comparación de little es less, y el superlativo es the least. Esos son los que se llaman irregular adjectives. Ok. With this info, con esta información, que algunos los pillé por ahí, we are going to do the exercises that says comparatives and superlatives. Read the sentence. Lean, por favor, bien la frase, igual en la prueba. Read the sentences very well before answering, antes de responder. Okay, complete the sentences with a comparative or superlative degree. which do you think is? Esta es una pregunta. Dice, which do you think is, parenthesis, you have the adjective good, going to the south of the country or to the north? So what are you going to put here? Which do you think is going to the south or to the north? We have two places, hay dos lugares. So when you have two, it's because we are comparing south and north. Which do you think is? So what is correct here, Fernanda? Which do you
Better?
Yeah, good. Which do you think is better? Which do you think is better? Correct. Which do you think is better? Going to the south of the country or to the north? Good. Number two, número dos, number two. What's the, it says you've ever run. Yeah, you've ever run. Acuérdense que cuando dice you've ever run, eso es un presente perfecto. La segunda parte dice you've ever run. Generalmente, babies, cuando aparece así, you've ever run, you've ever eaten, you've ever tried, you've ever studied, es porque es superlativo. Porque no hay nada que lo compare en la segunda parte. Dice, what's the what? Javiera, can you do that? What's the?
Furthest?
Yeah, good. The farthest, correct. The farthest you've ever run. O sea, es como decir, ¿qué es lo más lejos que has corrido? No, no está comparando con nadie, está haciendo superlativo. ¿Qué es lo más lejos de todo? ¿Qué es lo más lejos que has corrido? What's the farthest you've ever run? Vegetables are healthy pastas. Yeah, aquí we have two things, tenemos dos. Vegetables and pastas. Estamos comparando dos cosas, vegetables and pastas. So, what are we going to do here, Fernanda? Vegetables are
More healthy than pastas?
yeah, or vegetables are, si tú tienes la Y, lo más común de este adjetivo, lo más común, es borrar la Y, Fernanda, y colocar healthier, healthier. ¿Ya? Es un
verdad,
adjetivo bien
sorry.
especial. Healthier. Vegetables are healthier than, si no aparece than, tienes que colocarlo, porque si no significa que no sabes hacer la comparación. Healthier are, vegetables are healthier than pastas. Good. 4, living in a house, we have to use the verb, the adjective expensive, and living in an apartment. So what we're doing here is we are comparing two things, right? Two things. You see, hello, Braulio. Hi, Braulio.
Good morning.
Good morning, Braulio. I am in first year. Estoy con primer año todavía porque termino a las 11:05 y a las 11:10 parto con ustedes con segundo. Estoy con primero.
Okay.
Si quieres quedarte con primero un ratito, no me importa. I don't worry.
Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, I am about to finish. Estoy a punto de terminar. I'm about to finish. Okay, Fernanda, I am asking you, can you do this, please? Living in a house and then we have to use expensive and living in an apartment. So, how can you do it? Fernanda, can you or not?
Is more expensive?
Yes,
than
Fernandita. Yes, that's right. Correct. This is correct. Good. This is living in a house is more expensive than, you also have to put, remember, than living in an apartment. This is correct because most of the time houses are very expensive. The rent is very expensive, right? So very good. And let's see the last one because I have classes with second year, in some minutes at 11:10, 11:10. But let's continue. We have some more minutes. What about the other one? The other one, let's give it to Gabriela. Gabriela, okay, think about this. In the other part of the sentence, if you look at the sentence in your guía, we have that means of transport in the world. So we have only one because this is the only one. The ones that go, they take you to different parts of the world. But this is about only one. We don't have any other means of transport in the other part of the sentence, right? Okay, Gabriela, do it. Gabi?
The fastest? Fast.
Yes, good. Louder, please. I didn't listen to you.
The fastest?
Yes, Gabi, the fastest, correct. So planes are the fastest means of transport in the world. All right. And what about number 6? Number 6 that says here, football, right? Football is, and then we have popular, and then sport in Chile. All right. So no other sport. Fabian, we have here, you see, football only. You don't find any other sport, right? Only football, right, Fabian? So what are you going to use here? You don't have any other sport, so you are not comparing. So what is the correct thing?
Is the
what?
Give me a second.
Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to give you a second. All right.
Football is the most popular sport in Chile.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Correct. This is correct. Thank you very much. And now we have another one that Fabian mentioned at the beginning when he explained, you know, the uses of as. So we're going to do this exercise, Danae, please. Danae, what about number 7 here? Remember Danae, check the sentence. What about number 7 here? Yes. Remember Danae. Is Danae's microphone, Fabian? Yes. Is Danae's microphone, Fabian? I am listening to me again.
Oh, it's me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry, Danae. Do it. Do it. Don't worry, Danae. You do.
Carla is as intelligent as her oldest sister.
Yes, okay, Danae, please turn it off now because I am listening to me twice. All right, babies. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop here and you're going to do the rest of the exercises next class, okay, next Wednesday. Okay, we're going to stop now. So I'm going to say goodbye to my students of first year now. I have classes now with the second year at 11:10. So Catalina and Braulio are not your partners, right? They are my students of second year, but anyway, you can see them. I introduce them. Catalina is with me and Braulio is with me, and they are my students and they belong to the intermediate level, right? So I'm going to, to stop here. I'm going to leave from this, course, and I'm going to start with a new one, which is intermediate. Okay, Catalina and Braulio van a tener que salir para entrar de nuevo, Catita, porque este es el primer año. Okay? All right, so goodbye, baby. See you. So continue practicing with the guía, and we continue next Wednesday. All right? Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Bye-bye. See you.